I want to go into depth a little bit more about some details about the Tennessee Valley Authority. Now, they're not just a company that generates electricity, they do a lot more than that. Now, our electricity is primarily generated through hydroelectric means. So, therefore, it's a lot of infrastructure being built on the Tennessee River. So, they also have a lot of responsibility over the navigable waterways, making sure that they stay nice and clear. They also have responsibility over the environment of the river, which they've done a pretty good job on. They have responsibility over many acres, 300,000 acres of recreational and forest land, all kinds of stuff. So, if the privatization was to happen, you would be losing a lot of that. Just for example, 300,000 acres of recreational land that you could go and take your kids camping or hiking and fishing and go out on your boat. Imagine if all of that becomes privatized and you have to now pay to go out there, or they sell it all off and they make it to where, oh, there's a bunch of rich people that own that area and you can't go there anymore. Yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff, man. So some of the other stuff they do, speaking of it being hydroelectric dam, they control the flood mitigation. So in Chattanooga especially, we used to have a very big issue. Excuse me, very big issue every year with flooding. Now, the first floor of Chattanooga is now underground. It is the basement level of many of the old buildings. They built it all up one level and flooded a lot of other lower valley parts of Tennessee when they built the dam, but they prevented the seasonal flooding that would affect so many areas and actually made life a little bit more predictable and manageable. So they're in charge of that. They're also in charge of keeping drinking water and agricultural water clean. That's a big responsibility, and they've done a pretty good job of that as well. Now, I think you guys have seen through plenty of other examples, when you start privatizing a lot of these companies, and especially you break it into a dozen small other privatized companies, you're going to see people starting to cut corners. I don't want to see that. I want the state of Tennessee to have the best it can have.